Hi, my name is Natalie, and I've been teaching and practicing tantric meditations and healing for the past 10 years. And today I wanted to talk about how we can work with our imagination and our inner world in order to activate and use our sexual energy instead of watching porn. And porn has become a topic that I've been talking about a lot recently. I think it's because I talk about sexuality, and a lot of the times I talk about male sexuality, and then this question comes up of, is it okay to watch porn? Is it good for you? Is it healthy for you? And the quick answer is no, it is not healthy for you. It raises the sexual energy too quickly and too fast, too strong. And it's not natural. In any other circumstance, you wouldn't experience your sexual energy coming up so quickly. Even if you're with someone and you're very turned on by them, it's a gradual process from the minute you meet them, then you talk to them, you get to know them, and slowly the sexual energy is being activated in your body. And by the time you reach sex where you're with an erection, you have sexual energy in your body, but it took a while to get there. And with porn and OnlyFans and joy videos or whatever, I don't know, there's so much new weird things online today to do with sexuality. I have even heard that there are girls on OnlyFans that are like tantric healers, and they'll masturbate with you online. I think that's why a lot of people think that's what I do, although it's not. I'm more like a meditation teacher, if anything, and I do private sessions, but I do a lot of the emotional work with people and the breathing techniques and how to do the meditations at home. But there's a whole pornographic scene going on. It's very tempting. It takes a lot of your time, a lot of your money, and a lot of your energy. And one of the basic things we teach in Tantra is to start masturbating and working with your sexual energy from your imagination. And it's very important to understand that the physical body reacts in the same exact way to reality and to a memory and to an imagination and a fantasy. Whether it's happening in life or in our head, our physical body is reacting in the same way. So when we imagine sexual interactions and we manage to focus on that imagination, as far as our body is concerned, that is actually something real that's happening. Our body doesn't know how to tell the difference between an imagination and an actual event happening. It reacts in the same way. So when we're watching porn, again, the body reacts very quickly. You could even say it's a little bit violent on your body to masturbate with porn, because it's way too strong, and it's stronger than anything you would ever experience in real life, and especially anything you would experience with someone you actually have emotions for. It's very far out there. There are no real experiences in life that will recreate what you experience in porn, because it's artificial and it's meant to activate you and to make you horny, and it's meant to make you addicted to it. So it's so strong, so fast, and it's so sexual, it's over sexual, if you could say that your body is experiencing something very violent and powerful, again, that it wouldn't experience in real life. Because even if you're in the craziest orgy of your life with amazing women, it's gonna happen gradually, and it won't just happen all at once. You don't go from talking to fucking. There is a lot that goes on in between, and that's when the sexual energy starts to build itself. So that's why I think porn isn't the healthiest thing. I'm not against it. I don't think you shouldn't watch it at all. I think that it can become an addiction, and I think that it can disrupt our sexual mechanism and the sexual energy. It can deplete us of life force energy, and it's addictive, and again, way too powerful, strong, and fast for our body to actually be able to have a good experience there. So what can we do? One of the things that is taught in Tantra is, when you masturbate, try to imagine sex. So try to imagine a woman that you're attracted to, and she's standing in front of you naked, and she really wants to have sex with you, and then she starts touching you and you start doing things to her. And this whole thing is happening in our imagination. So it can be any woman. The interaction can happen in whatever way I want it to happen. I can do whatever I want there, and I can explore what things I imagine, what are the things that activate the sexual energy more or less, or who are the people who activate the sexual energy a lot faster than other people. And it could be people you wouldn't expect them, to raise your sexual energy, but suddenly they appear in your imagination. The astral realm, which is the place where we go to when we meditate, where the Akashic records are and all the consciousnesses of everyone and all the memories and everything, it's all in the astral realm. And if we access that realm in meditation and start imagining things there, we can create an inner world inside of our brain and our subconscious where we're actually connecting to something bigger than us, which is like the astral realm. And there we are experiencing the sexual experiences that we want to have and maybe don't have in our life, or maybe we don't have enough of them, but we can create an inner world where we do have all the things in our sex lives that we are missing in our day-to-day life, because sometimes we can't have them. If you're married to the same woman and you love her, you probably won't have new experiences with new women, but it doesn't mean that's not something that you want to experience. So if we start experiencing these things in the astral realm inside our imagination, as far as our body is concerned, it will react the same way that it does if it actually happened in real life. But we are connecting to our inner world and to something bigger than us. And a few things that we need to remember when we start doing this practice, because I just had a session with a guy and I was talking to him about it. And when I talk to people about specific things, it helps me map them out. So what happens is a lot of the times men will try to imagine these things, these sexual things, but they don't have the patience. So if after a minute or two they're not getting a boner, they just give up and they go to porn. So it might take longer for your sexual energy to be activated if you're only using your imagination. But that is a good thing. Where are you in such a hurry to that you need to quickly come? What's going on? That's not a good situation. You want to have time. You want to have at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour with yourself to do these practices. And yes, it will take time. And yes, it will be difficult. And yes, a lot of thoughts are going to come in the middle and interrupt and interfere. And it's going to be very difficult to do this exercise in the beginning. But that is exactly the reason why you should be doing this exercise. And it takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes focus. So when you're watching porn on a screen, you don't need patience or focus or concentration. It's just happening there and you're just reacting to it. So you could say that when men masturbate in front of porn, they're very passive. They're not actually doing anything. They're watching someone else do something and they're experiencing pleasure from watching someone else do it. When you're watching, you're passive. So if the people who made the movie are the active ones and the people who are watching the movie are the passive ones, and it happens in porn. When we do tantric meditations, we want to be both the active and the passive. So we want to bring everything inside of us. So I am actively imagining and trying to create these scenarios inside of my head. And I am passively enjoying the imagination sexually, and my sexual energy is starting to come up. It might take time. Anything that we do inside of our head is prone to thoughts interfering. So even if we do yoga, sometimes we start thinking in the middle of the posture and then we don't do it right. So anything we try to do with focus with our brain, there are going to be thoughts that are going to interfere us from doing it, but that's not a reason not to do it. That's why we practice. And I would recommend, and this is the homework that I'm giving you to do at home, I would recommend that even for the next week, however long you want to do this, the next time you want to masturbate with porn, try and do this exercise before. Try and close your eyes, take deep breaths, start touching yourself, and start imagining different scenarios and different women and different experiences that you've had or that you want to have, and try and bring into your imagination different experiences and see if you can raise your sexual energy and get an erection just by using your imagination. And don't do it for a minute or two. Try doing it for like 5 or 10 minutes. If at the end of the 10 minutes, you're good to go, so do the regular masturbation that you do, but just use your imagination for it. If after the 10 minutes you haven't had anything happen to you, maybe go watch the porn and try again next time. But it's not about like if it works or if it doesn't work. It's a matter of exercise, and it's a matter of actually doing this more than one time for it to work. And anything that we want to change in ourselves and in our lives is going to take time. It's a process. It won't happen like that. And that's why porn is it's a difficult competition, because with porn it will happen like that. But what I said is that happening, sexual energy that comes up like that isn't necessarily a good or a healthy thing. And it may disrupt our sexual lives and cause sexual dysfunctions when we're actually with a woman. So that's why we want to do these exercises and kind of bring it all in instead of out, bringing the pace down, allowing our body to take time to build up the sexual energy, and then we will experience less tension and less stress in our body because it didn't happen so fast and so quickly that we can't even contain that energy. So that's the exercise I wanted to talk about today. I might record a guided meditation on how to do this exercise, but I think you understand, you get it. Close your eyes, breathing, touching yourself, and imagining different sexual things until you start to feel sexual energy in your body, and then masturbating just from your imagination. And this is the whole process. It might take you step by step to get there, but if you do it every time you want to go to the porn, then things will change, and you'll eventually see and feel for yourself that this way is much better than the porn and, the old way that you've known until today. So thank you for watching my video. If you want to tell me anything about this subject, something that you've experienced, or ask me any questions, please put them in the comments. I do read them and I love them, and I try to read all of them. Thank you for all my new subscribers. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed yet, this is the time. I do upload these frequently because I talk about sexuality, inner work, meditation, love, relationships, tantra for the soul, like my channel's called. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.